Investigation, all new at 6. Just this week, Wink News found out nearly 500 untested rape kits in Lee County are now going to the state lab for testing. The kits will take months to process.
Meanwhile, rape survivors say and victims are staying quiet, suffering silently. But tonight, one woman is sharing her story, and she says after she went for help, it only got worse. Wink News Call for Action reporter Lindsay Sablon sat down with that woman.
Tonight, that brave woman wants you to know what happened after the crime. To protect her identity, we've hidden her face and changed her voice. Here's her story. Listen.
I was attacked in my own home by someone I knew, by someone I trusted, while my 3 kids were sleeping inside.
It's been nearly 2 years since this woman who we're calling Amy to protect her identity says she was raped. But the emotions?
Degraded to the core of your soul.
Memories.
I didn't kick, I didn't punch, I didn't scream loud.
Even self-blame are still there.
I wish I fought harder. I'm sorry.
Even at the worst moment of her life, all this mother could think about was protecting her children.
I had to do what I had to do. Endure all the physical abuse, endure all the mental abuse, and just pray that it will be quick and your kids are safe.
Stories like Amy's are far too common. According to a national advocacy group, every 107 seconds a person's raped in the U.S. 4 out of 5, like Amy, know their attacker. Shocked, afraid, hoping it would just go away, Amy waited 3 days to report the attack until a close friend asked her this.
If that happens to your daughter, would you sweep it under the rug and pretend that nothing happened the way you're doing it right now for yourself?
But when she gathered the courage to report the crime to law enforcement, she didn't feel supported.
You're having a detective that is trying to persuade you not to press charges, or trying to explain to you that the odds for this to go to a trial are so small and you're going to go through so much for nothing. It doubts you. You start feeling, well, maybe he's right, because you're scared already.
Amy says she asked for an exam for a rape kit, which collects bodily tissue to use as evidence. But one was never done. We don't know why, and the report never mentions a rape kit. But she knew who her attacker was and had the genes she says her attacker ripped off her that night. The Lee County Sheriff's Office won't speak to specifics in sexual assault cases. But in her report, the detective determines the victim was not sexually battered.
I know of a number of cases where law enforcement has told victims that they don't believe them at the time of the report before it's even been investigated.
But Amy can't get one question out of her mind.
Who decides that there's not enough evidence? Is it the detective? His personal opinion? Is it the prosecutor that thinks, yeah, I don't think I can win this case and I have a career in front of me and I pick and choose what can I win?
We shared Amy's questions with mental health expert Dr. Laura Streffler, who's never met Amy but has worked with rape victims for 25 years.
Somewhere in the legal process, either at a law enforcement or court level, they either dropped the charges or couldn't press the charges.
98% of rapists never spend a day in jail or prison. Part of the problem? This process re-victimizes the very person it's supposed to help.
I don't expect them to hold my hand, but I want him to be trained in a completely different way. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting your time or I'm bothering you.
There needs to be education. I think there needs to be compassion. And most importantly, I think there needs to be accountability.
Especially because 68% of rapes are not reported. And that won't change if victims like Amy feel they're not supported and won't be protected from their attacker.
It's very scary knowing that I might not be his first and I might not be his last.
I reached out to the Lee County Sheriff's Office and asked if there's training to handle cases like Amy's so I could include it in this story. They have not gotten back to me. Amy told me if there's one thing she wants others to know, it's that you can get a rape kit examination right after the crime
without deciding if you want to press charges then. I'm Call for Action reporter Lindsay Sablon, Wink News Now.